Hello everyone, welcome to part 2 of Kerbal Space Program by Southern Geekery. We're just going to pick right up where we left off here. I'm actually recording this part directly after part 1, so I have no idea what the comments are going to be, or anything to say in relation to the comments. But hey, who cares, right? This is all in good fun. So basically this video, or this part rather, is going to be pretty much until my laptop battery goes dead. Looks like we're at about 30% right now. So we'll play as long as we can. I think the goal of this episode is to get to one of the poles. If we can. If we can't, we tried. So I think the best way to make that happen. And guys, like I said, I'm not an expert at this game. So, I mean, you're probably going to see me making all kinds of mistakes. You know, so what? Swear I thought we got a heat shield out of that. Anyway, alright, so we are going to put another decoupler here. We're going to put a parachute before we forget, or we're going to be up shit creek without a paddle. Okay. Alright, let's maybe use... I don't know, let's give this a shot. They may overheat. I'm not really sure, to be honest, but let's give it a shot. Okay, we want those to launch at the same time, then we'll do that, and then that. No, we don't want it that way. We want to make that decouple first, then that. We are going to call this Pole Explorer 1-A. We'll go ahead and save this ship because why not? We're going to give Jebediah this shot here. Save and let's launch. Like I said, I've not played the 1.0. Just to clear a couple things up from the last episode, when I said I had never played it, I meant that I've not played this version. I have played Kerbal Space Program before. I think I had around 80 hours or so into the game, according to Steam. The reason you got an overwrite pop-up is because I actually started recording that first episode once before, and my recording software crashed. So I had to basically start over, but, you know, didn't do anything really. So anyway, we are going to launch this craft and see what happens. So we're going to launch in 3, 2, 1, blast off. So I think we're probably going to shoot for the North Pole. Possibly. We may not get there, I'm not sure really. What we are going to do though is hopefully not have that happen again. Wow, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to try to stabilize this. I think the pole goal is a no-go. Our goal now is just to survive this ordeal. Alright, so we're going to try to stop there. We're going to go ahead and shed that. We are going to do a crew report though. And yes, I didn't put any damn science stuff on this rocket, so that was almost a waste of time. So we're just going to speed up time here, basically, to get down. Maybe we'll land on land. Probably not. Yeah, probably not. Wow, this is completely different than it used to be. Alright, so I have deployed the parachute here, which kind of scared me. Guys, if you hear a train horn in the background, that's because I live near a train track, so that's going to be a running gag throughout my videos on YouTube. Basically, you're going to hear trains occasionally. In my job, I have to explain to my customers that if you hear a train, hey, don't worry about it, it's just in the background here. So, yeah, just ignore that. If it bothers you, turn the volume down. Alright, we're going to speed up time a little bit again. Also, my cat Bill has decided to go and start messing with stuff. I'm actually recording this in the kitchen, and I don't really know what he's doing over there, but you guys will get introduced to him at some point. I do want to bring him on the video. I'm actually considering doing some Loot Crate unboxings with my fiance and some stuff like that. I'm not 100% sure yet. I want to do as much stuff on this channel as we can, so, you know, people will appease to more than just one group of people, you know, so I'm sure you guys will see him. We actually have Bill, which is our big cat, and then we have one smaller cat. She's still a kitten. Her name's Shadow. Beautiful little kitty. You'll see her too, eventually. And you'll also see my fiance and I on cam. But before we start anything new, we do want to get a couple episodes in, or a couple parts in for the Kerbal Space Program, just so we got some experience, you know, so I got some experience under my belt of recording, get some feedback from you guys, hopefully. And, you know, still learning the software and all that stuff, so yeah. So we're going to recover this vessel, count our losses, because that was just horrible. Looks like we got around 23% on my laptop battery still, so we'll probably have enough time to do another launch. That's not going to be enough science to do anything, so we're just going to go straight back into the vehicle assembly building. I honestly have no idea why that flopped the way it did, so we're going to try something different this time. We're going to put one fuel tank. This is more or less just our little just in case engine. We are going to decouple there, and I think what we're going to do is put another one of these here, decouple. And like I said, guys, I'm not an expert at this game. It's just fun to play, so, you know, you see me doing something you don't like, you think it's dumb, you know, We're going to put a goo container there. And I usually do use symmetry, but I have noticed that if you accidentally get one of those beside the door, if you're doing EVA, it's kind of a nightmare. So I'm just going to kind of space them out visually. Alright, that gives us 3 goo containers. We may even try to transmit one back just for fun, so we'll stick a transmitter there. Alright, so we'll make this B. Save it. We'll let Jebediah go again. So we need to make sure that that's not even close to right, so that one will be in its own level. This will go there. That decouples, that fires, that decouples, that fires, so we're good there. Save and let's launch. I think the new aerodynamics in this game is what's creating what I'm not used to with the shaking and the going crazy and all that stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and launch and see what happens. Turn on SAS, throttle up, even though we don't really need it just yet, but anyway. And we're launching in 3, 2, 1. Wow, yeah, this is completely different as far as aerodynamics. It's a lot different. Anyway, let's go ahead and get another round in here. We're at around 10,000 meters. I think I am going to turn a little bit because I do want to actually go away from the Space Center a little bit. This is very hard to control. Yeah, this is very, very hard to control, but yeah, we're going to try to see if we can at least get away from there a little bit. So that was all the fuel we had. We're going to go ahead and get rid of that. And we're going to zoom in, and we're going to probably go ahead and take one goo here. None. Go ahead, actually I'm going to do the crew report once we get as high as we're going to go. Looks like our apoapsis is going to be around 140,000 meters. So I think we'll just let this go. When we get there, we'll do another goo because that's going to put us, that's the highest we've been so far. We'll go ahead and speed up a little bit here. Speed up a little bit more. Alright, so we're going to go here. We're going to do our crew report. We're going to transmit that. That way we can do another one on the ground. We're going to do a goo from here. Alright, we'll save that goo for when we hit the ground. Hopefully we'll actually hit some ground, and it looks like we're going to land in water again. But that's okay. Alright, so we're going to time accelerate again. That was much more successful as far as science goes, which is the ultimate goal for this, is to get as much science as we can so we can keep upgrading. Hopefully we have a heat shield. Wow, those aerodynamics are crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I'm going to go ahead and deploy the parachute. It seems like we're falling really fast. Alright, that got us below 30 meters per second, so we'll just go ahead, speed up a little bit until the parachute deploys. Then we'll speed up till we get close to the water. 2 water landings in a row, guys. 2 in a row. I'd love to plant a flag. Hopefully we'll be able to do that soon. The advantage of landing on water is you know what your meters are going to be when you land. Every time. Alright, so landed. Getting some goo. We got 4 science for that. We're going to do another crew report. Not much, but every little bit helps. Recover the vessel. We are going to go in and see if we can upgrade some stuff. Looks like we have 15% remaining. The recording program actually seems to be eating through the battery quicker than I expected, so I was hoping we could get a 30-minute video out of here, but if we can't, that's okay. It looks like we've been going around close to 16 minutes so far. Alright, let's see what we can get. We have 48. This one gives us some aerodynamic stuff, which is going to be good because with this update, you can really tell. We can get this one. It gives us a bigger fuel tank. It also gives us some bigger solid fuel boosters and a new engine. We could actually get both of those. Or we can get a heat shield. Landing struts, parachutes, and a service bay. A heat-resistant service bay, ideal for protecting delicate instruments or storing small service components such as RCS tanks, batteries, etc. Okay, so I think we will get stability and survivability. That doesn't leave enough for that, but we almost have enough. So let's go ahead and go into the Space Center. Vehicle assembly building. And we're going to see about doing another mission. These are kind of misleading because we haven't been to the poles, but you know, that's okay. Alright, so we didn't really get any more things, but we are going to start a new ship altogether. It's not going to be that, so we're just going to go to not that. Anyway, so new ship. These are going to be the Ziria Series 1. Okay. This is our first series of spaceships. I do eventually want to build space shuttles and stuff like that as well, but we're going to start small, work our way up. Okay, parachute. Do need to zoom in a little bit because I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, we are going to put a heat shield, which is something new. I've actually never used one of those before. As weird as that sounds. Alright. We are going to put a decoupler. We are going to put solid rocket booster. We're going to put another decoupler. We're going to put, and guys, like I said, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but honestly, I'm not an expert, so if you see me doing something stupid, point it out in the comments and we'll learn from it next time. I'm actually just trying to get science right now, so I'm probably not putting a lot of thought into, you know, the different things we could do. I think we're just going to go with Mystery Go again. On this one, we are going to do that, and we are going to put 3, and I do want to actually put nose cones on this time. Uh-oh, my battery is running low, so this is probably going to be our last launch. As a matter of fact, I don't even know if we're going to be able to launch this today. This is the Xeria Series 1 ship. I'm going to go ahead and save that. We'll go ahead and set the staging, and then we'll save it again. Oh, no, we don't. We want that to go there. That fires that. That fires that. Okay. So we'll save it there. Looks like I only have around 9% remaining. It's going to be a 20-minute video this time, guys. I just don't want to start launching and my battery go dead. So, thank you for watching. This has been part 2 of our Kerbal Space Program, version 1.0 series. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave us some comments what we can do to make it more fun. You know, let us know. So we'll save and continue. And that's going to wrap it up, guys. Thanks again for watching. See y'all soon.